I am in the middle of editing and just remembered a book that I forgot to write down, which makes 100 books. I read 99 books in 1 year. In this video, I'm sharing why I did it, how I did it, so you can do it too, how I'm reading differently this year, and if you stick around until the end, I'll tell you all the books I read and which ones were my favorites. I'm Hava, and last March, I stumbled upon an article that reminded me of something I've heard before about ultra successful people, Bill Gates level successful, reading a lot. We're talking over 50 nonfiction books a year, a lot. I've enjoyed reading in the past and I wanted to grow and continue down the path to becoming one of those ultra successful people. So since I hadn't set a New Year's resolution yet for the year of 2021, I decided that even though it was March, it wasn't too late and this would be my New Year's resolution. So I decided that I would read over 50 books in the calendar year of 2021. But since it was March and between January and February, I'd only read 2 books, I immediately got started on this goal. If you're listening closely, you might have just realized that not only did I read 99 books in 12 months, but I actually read 97 books in 10 months. So here's how I did it. First of all, I don't speed read. This means I don't skim pages and I don't up the speed of audiobooks. It's really important to fully absorb the information in the book because otherwise, what's the point of reading? In the case of audiobooks where the brain does move faster than the rate of speech, I think it's really a great idea to use those pauses or that gap time that you have in your mind to think more deeply about the information and see how it applies to your world. What I'm saying is I don't sacrifice getting meaning out of books just to read more of them. My biggest secret to this quantity of reading is audiobooks. I did read some hard copies, but the advantage to audiobooks is multitasking. Not doing 2 different brain multitasking at the same time. I can't work and audiobook read because my brain can only truly be engaged with one at a time. But anytime I was doing something that was physically engaging but not mentally engaging, I was reading. That could be walking, driving, subway, any form of transportation, chores, cooking, getting ready, winding down, even showering or even bathroom breaks. Any spare moment I could possibly find where I could be reading, I was. I actually do have an affinity for physical books, especially hardcovers. You can see I have a little bookshelf back there and I have a whole another bookshelf in Houston, and one day I dream of actually having a home library, but audiobooks worked really well for this particular phase of my life. Before I continue, I want to acknowledge that yes, physical books can cost and audiobooks can cost too, but reading is accessible to everyone because of the library system. It is a free resource and I use it all the time. Whether you like physical copies and want to actually go to your local library, or you want to download an app like Libby where you can read ebooks or listen to audio like I do, it's accessible. I even have 3 library cards on the Libby app. You can actually have more than 1 library card. I have my Houston card, I have my New York City card, and because I not only live in New York City, but I also live in Brooklyn, which is part of New York City, I also have a Brooklyn Public Library card. I like to tap into having all 3 of these because the different libraries actually have different books. So if one library doesn't have it, I check another to see if it does. Pro tip, if you're ever visiting New York, you can get a temporary library card for 3 months and tap into the resource here, even if you don't live in New York. So if you're visiting, the library is actually something cool to see anyway if you go over by Bryant Park. So definitely check that out. And if you happen to be coming to New York, go ahead and check out Hava's New York, which is my show all about the sights and things to do here. Even though reading in every single possible moment was very productive, by the end of 2021, I was really tired of reading, and I literally said that I wanted to read less in 2022 because I felt like I wasn't giving my mind enough time to wander. Then I felt weird about having a goal to read less. It's like having a goal to exercise less. It's doesn't sit right. So I decided that I would continue to read this year and I wouldn't worry about how much I was or wasn't reading. I would just read as I want to and have no number goal, which having no book number goal also gave me the freedom to read longer books that would otherwise have shortened my list of how many books I read in 2021. Granted, I did read A Promised Land by Barack Obama in 2021, so I didn't entirely worry about that, and obviously I didn't need to, but still. Also, in 2021, I felt this pressure to finish any book I started so that that time wouldn't be lost towards my goal. But that also meant that I ended up reading some books that I would have rather just set down. And in 2022, I'm working very hard to allow myself to not continue a book if it's not vibing with me, because I do get hooked on a sense of completion. So this is something I'm working on. On a similar note, about 2/3 of the way through the year, I realized the value of reading what you need, because sometimes I need something fiery and motivational like Gary Vaynerchuk, and other times I want something that's on a particular topic like exercise or fitness, or sometimes I want a short book so that I'm not committed to a book for so long, or a long book so that I don't have to worry about finding my next read for a while. So just paying attention to what I need at the time, because I read actually faster and I'm way more engaged and excited about what I'm reading when I pay attention to what I need based on how I'm feeling and what's going on in my life. There are a lot of books that I want to read, but I don't necessarily want to read them all at the same time, so I just keep track of them so that when I'm in the mood to read something of that topic, length, and mood, I can go find it and realize this is the book I want to read right now. And lastly, to avoid a sense of burnout this year with my reading, I'm allowing myself to take reading breaks as I want them, where I don't have any book going as opposed to last year where I constantly had a book going, and I can listen to podcasts and it's okay. It's not destroying a reading goal because it's so much looser this year. I'm gonna read the list of books that I read in 2021 in the order that I read them, so you will hear a few titles repeated, and this is not an accident. This is because I reread them, and each read is gonna be counted separately. If you think about it, if you read a book 5 years ago, you would say you read a book. And if you read it again this year, you would say you read a book. You wouldn't say that you didn't read a book this year just because you read it 5 years ago. So it's kind of like that, except my reread was closer together. The more compelling reason to count reread separately is because somewhere along the way in college, I heard that it's optimal to read a book 13 times to truly extract all the juice from it. And I don't know if there's anything special about the number 13, but it's definitely true that we don't necessarily get all the meaning out of a book in our first read through. Different things also stand out when we read it again based on what's going on in our life or in our head. And sometimes we just need to hear something again or get a little reminder. When you hear a ding sound like this, that means it was one of my favorites. Okay, here we go. Discover your Dharma. Super Attractor. Chakra Healing. The Omnivore's Dilemma, The Secrets Behind What You Eat, Young Readers Edition. Daring Greatly. Braving the Wilderness. You are a bad at making money. You are a bad at making money. You are a bad every day. Rising Strong. Atomic Habits. Becoming. Everything is figure-outable. Too Much and Never Enough. Design Your Life. Notorious RPG. The Blue Zone Solution. Outer Order, Inner Calm. Creating Affluence. Good Morning, Good Night. The Path Made Clear. Money, Master the Game. The Upside of Stress. You Can, You Will. Rising Strong is a spiritual practice. What I Know for Sure. 10% Happier. Building a Story Brand. Daring Greatly. The Moment of Lift. No One is Too Small to Make a Difference. Essentialism. Hamilton the Revolution. Off the Clock. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. The Defining Decade. The Creative Curve. Big Magic. Super Life. Proximity Principle. Get Some Headspace. You Are a Bad. You Are a Bad. You Are a Bad at Making Money. You Are a Bad at Making Money. Beautiful Money. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Get your together. The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Calm the down. You do you. This is not a fashion story. Bad habits. Taking the work out of networking. Clean. Resilient. What if it does work out? The Gifts of Imperfection. Deep Work. Real artists don't starve. Everyday vitality. Start with why. Eat, Pray, Love. Homeless to Billionaire. Effortless. Rising Strong. Daring Greatly. Master of One. Working in the Gig Economy. $1 Million Women. Juliet's School of Possibilities. Millionaire in Flip-Flops. What the most successful people do before breakfast. Grit. It Takes What It Takes. The 10-Step Stress Solution. Blink. A very short guide to earning money on YouTube. The 4-Hour Workweek expanded and updated. Launch Your Dream. Rebel Talent. Brave, Not Perfect. The Joy of Missing Out. Think and Grow Rich. You Are a Bad at Making Money. You Are a Bad every day. A Promised Land. You Are a Bad at Making Money. You Are a Bad every day. 21 Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. 21 Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. The Happiness Project. The 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class. The Tipping Point. Bossy Pants. The 4 Tendencies. Happier at Home. Green Lights. Burnout. The Big Leap. The Compound Effect. The Beauty of Dirty Skin. Have you read any of these books? Comment the title below and let me know what you thought of it, and comment your favorite book down below, because obviously I love to read and I've got that running list, so I would love to add your book to it if it seems like something I would like too. And if you like what you see around me, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe and turn on notifications so that you'll know when a room tour drops on this channel. Plus, go ahead and follow me on Instagram for more daily content. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.